Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your very first time here, welcome. My name is Donna-Suela, and in today's video I will be sharing with you a few tips on how to exude confidence. Tip number one on how to exude confidence is to work on your posture. Not only does good posture offer greater confidence, but it's also important for your overall health. I've read this article online that said that a good posture improves your spine health, blood flow, and reduces back and neck pain. And it also tends to leave a good first impression on people. I remember in high school, it was my junior year, second semester. There was nothing to do in class, so a group of girls just randomly started to share first impression stories with us. And I remember this one girl looking at me and telling me how I gave her leader vibes simply because of seeing me walk in the class. And the funny thing about this is she had not even met me or spoken to me yet to get those vibes. So it was simply all in my walk, which is why I find it so important to walk with pride, since it's one step closer to getting people to respect you. Number two might be a little tricky for some of you, but I promise you it works. The second step on how to exude confidence is to work on your eye contact. Having great eye contact during a conversation helps to display interest and confidence. Try to practice in the mirror with yourself or with friends and family members during conversation. Hold your gaze for about 4 to 5 seconds, then look away because you do not want to come off as a psycho or a creep. There are some people out there that tend to overdo it with the eye contact to a point where it's making me uncomfortable and I have to look away. So you do not want to be one of those people. Keep it simple and make sure you practice, since practice makes perfect. This next step is a little shorter compared to the others, but I just felt the need to add it, and here it goes. Tip number three on how to exude confidence is to stop trash talking. I don't know who needs to hear this, but just because you're bringing down the next girl to uplift yourself does not mean you have self-love or a high self-esteem. It won't make you appear confident either. You can pretend to have all the confidence in the world, but the minute you open your mouth to talk trash about someone else, that's when you let people know you're insecure, you're faking it, and the only way you can feel better about yourself is to dim someone else's light. So just be yourself. Don't force a fake persona onto people. And if they love you for the real you. If they don't, then who cares? In life, you can't force everyone to love you. That's just how it is. Let stuff flow naturally and go on about your day. Tip number four on how to exude confidence is to read a lot of books. Reading a lot of books helps to expand your vocabulary, which will improve your speech and lead to a confidence boost. Have you ever been in a situation where you wanted to describe something or express how you feel, but you couldn't because you were struggling to come up with the right words? This usually happens when you don't have a wide vocabulary, which is why it's so important to read to your kids, if you have them, of course. This will, thanks to you, it will become the norm to them and they'll start to love it. Reading is knowledge. It's power. It's the road to success. Let's take Oprah Winfrey for instance. She has said many times in interviews that she reads books and loves it. And I believe her, otherwise she wouldn't have been this powerful. Also, have you noticed that people that read frequently don't use the word like as a filler word every 5 seconds? This is the result of expanding your vocabulary. Instead of using like constantly, try to take a moment, formulate the sentence in your head, and then proceed. Simple as that. Because it won't really let you come off as smart if you constantly go, oh, and she was like, and I went into the store and it looked like the cashier was like pissed and like I couldn't like talk to him and she wanted me to do this, but I was like, okay, and like it's annoying to people. They might not tell you that, but it won't leave a good impression, to be honest. And by the way, you don't have to start with the most difficult book there is on earth. You can simply start with a best-selling rom-com or fantasy book. It can be fiction, it can be non-fiction. Lately, I've been in the mood for life stories about my favorite actresses, and my first one was Finding Me by Viola Davis. This one is a 10 out of 10. I definitely recommend it, especially if you love Viola Davis. It will have you in tears from time to time, but it's all worth it. It'll take you back to her childhood, the obstacles, pain, hurt, trauma she's been through as a child up till now. And currently I'm reading Around the Way by Taraji P. Henson. I'm not done with this one yet, but so far so good. So we have now come to our final tip for today's video on how to exude confidence, which is look good, feel good. This saying is nothing but the truth. In order to feel confident, you need to dress the part. You don't need designer clothes to look good. Let's start there. Because for some reason, people have become so obsessed with branded clothes, thinking that it'll make them look their best, when I've seen some questionable designs from famous brands. So it's not about expensive clothes, it's about style. Find your signature style, one that suits your personality, and stick to it for a while until you are ready for a change. And of course, I'm not saying dress up like you're going to a ball when you're just going to the store to buy some Doritos and pads. Just look presentable. This is what I admire most about the generation of our grandparents and parents, because they were big on looking presentable. Once you step outside of that house, you represent the whole family. And I wish we could bring that back, because for some reason this generation has normalized looking like you're at your lowest at places where you're supposed to dress to impress. So just make sure you find something. It doesn't have to be expensive. Make sure you find something that is a little classy but still you, and rock it. That was it for today's video. If you've enjoyed it, feel free to give it a thumbs up and share with your friends. Thank you for tuning in with me, and till next Wednesday. Bye-bye.